Next up, at UFC 291, we have a very interesting fight. We have Trevin Giles taking on Gabriel Bonfim. Trevin Giles is 16-4 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off back-to-back wins at welterweight. He's taking on Gabriel Bonfim. This guy is undefeated, 14 wins in his career, coming off an impressive win in his UFC debut. Trevin Giles is insanely athletic. This guy's going to make stuff happen. He's got good hips, decent takedown defense.
He is a police officer.
He is an officer of the law in Houston. And the most important aspect to his game, his most valuable asset, yes, he's very athletic, but it's his jab. He might have the best jab in welterweight. It is just there.
It's just pumping. Has said himself that he has the best jab in the UFC, and I did not believe him until the last few fights, and I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Oh, it's there. He's pumping.
Did you get that donation by Patrick Shelley, by the way?
Nope, but we'll get to it in a second. I'll scroll up. I'll find it when I'm done talking here. He lets that jab fly. He keeps it in people's faces, and it really gives people a lot of trouble. He's light on his feet. He moves in and out of range pretty well. The stats are going to show that his wrestling offense is not very, that his wrestling offense is decent, but it's not very good. He does have solid takedown defense, though, at 73%. He sets a nice pace. He pumps that jab. And he is coming off that impressive win over Preston Parsons. It was a very, very insanely close win. He was dropped, but then he just got that jab going. Pumped it out there, lit that dude's face up, and showed us how his BJJ is actually pretty slick, and he can scrambles where that athleticism came in. I've never seen somebody do more with less, and that's not an insult. I don't want to say less like his jab is so amazing, and he's so athletic that he's winning these fights. His athleticism is getting him out of trouble. His jab is lighting people up. He doesn't need to be a BJJ superstar. He doesn't need to have one-punch power. He's just getting things done with those two things, and good for him. He's taking on Gabriel Bonfim. You're going to recognize the last name. You're going to see his brother just got smoked in his last fight, and you're going to be like, uh-oh, turns out the Bonfim brothers were not as good as everybody thought they were. That's not the case, though. Ishmael didn't look good, right? That wasn't a great look. But Gabriel is legit good. He was always the better of the two, and it's because he used his grappling more. Both of them are high-level boxers. He does have some actual boxing experience. He's a pretty well-rounded guy, but he goes to his wrestling and he goes to his jiu-jitsu, and that is why I think Gabriel can actually win this fight. I think he'll come forward. I think he'll bomb away, but he's not going to rely only on that. We don't have to worry about Trevin out-wrestling Gabriel. Trevin's not going to work out any of his own takedowns. So I think Gabriel's going to come forward. I think he's going to shoot. I think he's going to get on top. I think he's going to grind from there. I think he's going to work. I don't think the jab is going to bother Gabriel that much because I think he's going to come in with big, powerful strikes and then shoot. I don't think he's going to be desperate to shoot. What happened with that Preston Parsons fight is as that fight went on, Preston was almost getting more and more desperate to get it to the ground. And then the more you want it there, the less set up your takedowns are and the less likely you are to get a takedown. I don't think that's going to happen with Gabriel. I think he's going to come forward, bomb, shoot. I do think Gabriel wins this fight, but Jacob scared me out of putting him in the safety parlay because he did remind me how good Trevin's takedown defense can be and how nasty that jab is. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I look at this fight and I think this is another one. It's a high altitude fight, and you got a guy Gabriel Bonfim who is kind of known for. And I'm not saying he's exclusive to early finishes, but he's kind of known for being the early finish, right? The move forward, the do the wild stuff, either there's a submission or the strikes to get to the submission. And there's a lot of early finishes in his career. And against a guy like Trevin Giles, who is so hard to take down, who does have really, really good submission defense, who is going to make you work in every single position on the ground. Even if you can get him to the ground, he's still going to make you work. I think Trevin Giles has an ability here to really kind of wear this guy down. Weather the early storm, because he has those abilities, right? He has been a little bit chinny in the past, but I mean, he's getting knocked out by people like DDP, right, at 185. He's now at 170. He came to 170 and opened up against Michael Morales, right? So, I mean, these are people that have knocked out other people besides just Trevin Giles. So, yeah, I don't think his chin's really going to be tested in this fight. He can withstand the grappling of Bonfim early, get him worn down. And we've seen Trevin Giles as an absolute dog, right? I mean, Preston Parsons, to his credit, and he was my lock of the week this week. And by the way, nobody knows Trevin Giles better than me. He has been in my lock of the week before. I've picked against him for lock of the week. That was Preston Parsons, because I thought Preston Parsons was going to be able to push a pace that would eventually break Trevin Giles. That's why I picked him. I think he can break Trevin Giles. Preston Parsons was moving forward, was getting lit up, but that pressure was still there, and Trevin Giles did not break under the pressure. Was almost he was in full mount the third round to lose that fight, got out of the position. I think he can just absolutely outwork Bonfim early and just break him down with that jab, and might end up with a late TKO, second or third round. I'm Trevin Giles all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with it because while I am confident in Gabriel Bonfim, it's not the first time Trevin's going to pull off an upset. You're going to see he beat Roman Dolidze. We can all agree he did not beat Roman Dolidze. That was a bad decision.
Lock of the week.
Okay. I was watching that live with you in person, and you were like, uh-oh, I lost. And then,
at the old house. Haven't been invited to the new house. How long have you been there?
Like 2 months, and you have been invited several times, including this weekend for UFC 291, which you said you would come to. So, what am I cooking?
I'll be there.
Foods?
I'm not sure if I'm coming yet.
Guys, if you want to unlock everything, we're both on the Trevin. We're not both on the Trevin Giles side. We both respect Trevin Giles. Jacobs think I
don't think people understand how good his takedown and submission defense is. So yeah, Gabriel might dominate the first round. Like be on top and grind him and stuff, but he makes people fucking work.
Yeah, like I said, I am not gonna trash Trevin Giles here because he's insanely athletic, he's in shape, and he's got that ridiculous jab. I think Gabriel Bonfim is the better fighter, but we've seen Trevin Giles beat better fighters with those tools alone. So I'm on the Gabriel side. I have been scared away from parlaying him. The altitude, I keep forgetting about the altitude. It's not like we've seen Gabriel tired, so there's no reason to assume he will get
he's just been
tired.
finishing people.
Yeah, but we know Trevin won't. So
what's going to happen when he becomes a nail? We always talk about that. You never really seen him as a nail. And at high altitude, there'd be a situation where Trevin wins a sweep, ends up on top, he starts eating elbows. How's he going to react? We don't know. Some people just fold, man.
Ain't nobody
like
know.
His blood. His brother just kind of folded.
He did. Well, he had a tougher opponent style-wise.
Well, he was trying to act cool,
grappler.
like, oh, those body kicks don't hurt me. Oh, hit me again. I don't give a fuck. Ow, stop, stop. Oh, Jesus,
stop it.
Fuck, ow.
Yep, I'm trying to find this comment to pin real quick. Where is it? There it is. Guys,
did you get the
Mason.
Donation?
I'm getting there. Guys,
well,
be
it's
like
off my
Mason.
Screen now. I hope you see it.
Mason became a premium member last week alone, and he said he is up big. Thank you, Mason. Be like Mason. It's only $10 to
what
become
about
a
me?
premium member. Mason, I think it's safe to say that your $10 was money well spent, and you have paid for many, many months with premium off one single weekend alone. Is that a correct statement?
I kind of like that name, Mason.
Mason? It's a nice name. It's a younger name.
I think I'm going to name my son Mason.
Unless you're Mason Perry. $5 super chat from Patrick Selly. Jacob, you look good.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, go ahead.
You look good in the sunglasses. You look like you're 6'5", 200 pounds of pure muscle. Thank you, Patrick Shelley, for the pity.
Appreciate you, Patrick. We missed you Saturday, but we
Super
fucking
chat.
killed it. We missed you Saturday. I guess I keep saying Saturday, but that was yesterday. This is going to throw my whole week off. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be real pissed it's Monday. I'll tell you that. Instead of Wednesday.
Yeah. It's definitely I don't like doing it Sunday. I'm telling you, the whole day I felt rushed. I was pissing in the pool. I had to leave the pool, pee in a toilet like a person, feed the kids super fast, and then rush over here. So I'm not a big fan of the Sunday night show, but we have 360 live viewers. So obviously seems like a good time.
We almost, I think we're only like 40 subs from 15,000 subscribers. That's a landmark.
That is a landmark. 15 is incredible. Fuck, man. 5 was incredible. 10 was incredible.
Where would you want your statue built if they built a statue of you?
Right outside an Italian deli.
The one that has your name on the menu?
The Angelo sandwich.
Right outside?
Newtown Deli in Newtown,
elbows deep?
Connecticut. Newtown Deli, Newtown, Connecticut. That
Oh,
sandwich
you
is
realize
named
you haven't
after
told
me.
this in a while.
They know. The OGs know. The sandwich is literally named after me. And it's delicious. It's the best sandwich you're ever going to get. If you're in Connecticut, go get one.
I would put
Tell 'em-
mine right outside
you know
the pickleball court of when I smash in that old lady's face where we used to live, and then they wouldn't let me play pickleball anymore because I was too good. Literally, wham! I don't want him coming. It's not fun when he plays. I got kicked out of the neighborhood pickleball. Fucking.
There you go. Eric says he had the Angelo sandwich. Oh, no, wait. Eric said he had the Angelo sandwich.
He's always talking about this damn sandwich.
Eric said, I ate the Angelo sandwich. Best sandwich I ever had. Thanks, Eric. You're probably lying, but I'll take that lie. No problem.
It's a chicken cutlet.
This guy's pretending he doesn't pee in the shower. You pee in the shower, right, Jacob? We're not going to pretend you don't pee in the shower.
No, I'll just leave this thing on the side of the toilet right there because the toilet's right there. So I'll just stand right here and just drape that thing over the edge and let it trickle down.
Swing it around the door.
I just get a little swang on that thing and just kind of plop it up there on that there side.
That's funny. All right, let's move on.